Hey guys, it's Cut Like Smoke behind the camera right now. But today we are taking a look at a really cool new humidor that I was sent for review. This is the NewAir 840. Now this NewAir is, they claim it's an 840 count humidor, electronic cigar humidor. So as we all know, winador, right, is what we kind of call them. But the cool thing is it has both heat and cooling function. It has LED display. I'll kind of show you guys all that stuff. There's some cool lighting in there, some nice Spanish cedar drawers that slide out, but also this has active humidification. So that's kind of a new feature for the NewAir units, at least any of the ones I've seen. I believe this is the first one they've done this with, but it has a way that it humidifies your humidor without having to use a separate humidification element. So we'll kind of go over some of these features here on camera. I'll open this bad boy up and kind of show you guys what everything looks like. But without further ado, we're going to get right into it. So the NewAir 840 retails for $1,499. It's not cheap, boys and girls. But this thing is really cool. So I did open this up here just a minute ago, so these numbers are going to be a little bit skewed, but I've tested this for about a month now, so I just kind of wanted to report back to you guys, show you kind of what I've experienced and pros and cons of everything. So the new unit here, I think, compared to, as you can kind of see over here, the 300H, the CC300H that I've previously reviewed, they both have kind of a cool, sleek design. I know a lot of people are starting to go with like the black display for just about anything now. Houses, they got black window wraps now that everybody's trending with. But anyways, really nice, sleek glass door. It is a double pane insulated glass door as well. So this thing has held like a champ. Like I said, I had just opened this previously, but it's got a nice handle to it, pretty sturdy, really thick door, and the seal on this is airtight. Really, when you're looking at a humidor, the most important thing is that you have something that seals and it's not going to leak out on you. My only criticism of this thing, that I believe, really the only thing I have to say bad about it, is that this display is kind of hidden when the door is closed, right? You can look down here, right? You have to be about level with that display. You can still see it. But I wish they had just bumped that down just slightly so that I didn't have to bend down with my old fat ass and, you know, do that. But anyways, first world problems. You can just open the door if you want to. Now, on this LED display, a few different options here. You have the power button. There's a couple different functions with that to turn it on and off. You have lighting controls as well. So this thing's really cool in the fact that it has lights that come on literally at every single shelf. Now, if you note, the old NewAirs, I'll turn this on, has just some tiny little blue light up at the top of the unit. I was never really a fan of that. It never lit up the unit at all. Just a little bit at the top, and that's about it. So at nighttime looked a little bit better, but during the day, this thing's still bright as can be, every single shelf, right? Now, you can actually take these shelves out and move them. I'm unaware if NewAir offers more to purchase, but personally, I don't think you could even fit them in if you wanted to stack more in here. So on this display, lights come on, they come off, right? You can do that. You can adjust your humidity right here on the right side or your temperature on the left. So you can also change this from Celsius to Fahrenheit. I'm in America, so we're going Fahrenheit. But all you got to do here to flip between which one you're going to select, you hit this temperature or humidity button, right? So I've got this set on 68. It has maintained pretty much on the dot the entirety of the time that I've tested this. They do recommend that you store this in room temperature, right? This isn't going to work well if you put this out in a freezing cold garage. It's not going to do you well if it's on a porch that's 100 degrees, right? You want to have normal room temperature roughly, I think about 50 to 75 degrees is what they recommended, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, you can bounce back and forth, right? So if I want to bump this temperature down a little bit, which actually I needed to do today anyways. Got a little hot outside here. It's been really cold lately, so we're going to bump that down. As you can see, it's 70 degrees in my house, warmer than what the humidor is. So we're going to bump that down to 65. Now, I've kept the humidity on 68, and it has maintained. I did test this with a properly calibrated hydrometer, so that really helps to make sure that this thing is accurate. It is off by 1 degree, but that's it. That's not really anything for me to worry about. But again, humidity is relative. As long as you're kind of in the ballpark, you're going to be okay. Just don't let things get below 60. Just to kind of show you what this all looks like, we'll start with the bottom drawer here. You have a really deep open bin basically for this thing. Down here at the bottom, you can see you have this very big open bin. I have probably, I want to say maybe 75, 80 cigars in this already. Roughly, just I threw a bunch of stuff in there. It looks like a lot less than it really is. But I'll look from down here, you can see how big this truly is. Now the cool thing is to fill the humidification system, which is, you're not gonna be able to see this, but tucked way back in there, there's a little tray, right? Now what you do is you fill this with just a little bit of water, and then it trickles down and it drops down into that tray, okay? And then you close this, right? Well, you put the lid back on this thing. You close this and you're good to go. Now, I will tell you guys, with these cigar humidifier or humidors that are electronic and winadors that have a seal like this, you don't really have to do much. I have filled this once in a month. It dried out and I haven't had to touch it, because the cigars in here, even though they're not massively overfilled, usually it is recommended to keep a fuller humidor for better levels. They're holding their own humidity. I barely have to touch any winador, including the old guy over here. So anyways, guys, that's the bottom drawer. That's kind of your bin. Now, these other drawers, they slide out pretty far. We got those JC Newman giveaways. I do have, this one's been announced, by the way. I think it was Brian Lewis, if I remember right. Anyway, still waiting for some shipping info. Reach out to me, brother. These two are to be given away here soon. Got some Gurkha stuff sent for review. That'll be coming hopefully sooner than later. But these are pretty long, deep drawers, guys. You can probably fit, if you stack appropriately, you could probably fit, I'd say, 100 to 150 cigars on each tray. But again, you got to get a little creative to do that. I do wish NewAir would have made these a little bit taller. If these were a little taller, it'd be easier to keep cigars from rolling off. You'll note I don't have anything sitting really tall and deep, right? Those 5-packs in the back are really it, just because this is only about 2 inches tall, maybe 1.75 inches. And over here you get a little bit more beef to it. But I know they did it probably for the aesthetic, which is fine. It does look really sharp for the display, but I kind of wish either they'd have done 2 extra shelves in between, or just made each one of these bigger. I'm okay with seeing a bunch of cedar anyways. But hey, that's all kind of personal preference. You can still stack cigars to Kingdom Come in this thing. Again, there's more of these drawers. They all pull out. So there's all the all some goodies from my cigar pack. Awesome stuff. And some stuff waiting to be reviewed, and some other bits and bobs. Now, one of the features I didn't know about when I first got this and set it up, and I was like, what the heck, when I had it open for a while, as you can hear, it's beeping and the lights are flashing. If you leave this open, after a while it will do that, which is kind of a cool feature. Now, if you're trying to sit here and fill it for an hour, it gets a little annoying, but I'd kind of rather have the heads up that, oh, you know, my humidor is open. Maybe my 2-year-old opened it up and I should know about it. Kind of a cool thing. So anyways, give you guys a little bit more of a close-up on that display. There's that LED display there. Like I said, you have your temperature, you have your humidity, your up and down buttons for those, Celsius, Fahrenheit, the whole 9 yards, okay? And then over here, that's how you switch between each, right? Just like so. Pretty simple. So really, really easy to use and manipulate. I love this thing, guys. I would estimate you probably can't fit 840 cigars in here unless you're really, really crafty. But you can likely fit 500 to 600, I would say. I haven't tested it to its max. Part of what I wanted to do was to see how good this seal was and not overfill it, that's an oxymoron in the cigar world, but I didn't want to fill it too much, just because at the end of the day, if it can hold humidity with shelves with open air gaps, that means it's a really, really good seal. So this thing has been a boss. I think it looks cooler than anything they've put out. Just to kind of show you guys a little bit more here. Really, really sleek, cool design. Excuse any fingerprints. Again, I got a 2-year-old that gets into stuff. And then down at the bottom, you have a little lock, just like the rest of them, if you can focus on that. So you get these keys. Nothing crazy. It's just got a little hexagon-shaped key that goes in there, and it basically keeps your children out of it. So anyways, guys, this is the NewAir 840. If you have any questions about this unit, please let me know. Be happy to share some more information with you. I have been completely pleased with this thing. It is one of the coolest winadors that I've tested out or owned. and I currently have 3. So this one's really boss and bitching. So highly recommend this. The only downside again is the price, $1,499. There is a discount link that I will put in the description of this video that it was provided to me by NewAir. So hopefully help you guys save a little money if you're interested in buying one of these. That will help you out. So and anyways, like I said, just kind of wrapping it all up, the only criticisms I've had of this is that the drawers, in my opinion, should have been thicker or more drawers. And then the display, see, if you look from here, you can't really see it, but then you get down here and you can. I wish they would have made that a little bit more visible, but some people might like that more. But the humidity system works really well, guys. I've never had any problem with that. Like I said, I've only had to fill it once with a tiny bit of distilled water. So I have no complaints really. It's been an excellent unit. And at the end of the day, it does what it's supposed to do, and it takes care of my cigars, and it looks really cool too. So again, if you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments. I know NewAir will be following this video, and more than happy to reach out to them for you guys as well, or answer anything directly from me. So I hope you guys like this video. If you like my channel, hit the like button, subscribe. Until next time, you guys keep it smoky, and I'll catch you later. See ya.